there was a message of Calibar and that received a response from Change of Plan. It goes like this. Hello Kelly, I wanted to get back with you on how Revelation 9:4 and the phrase any green thing is being looked at. It's a good question and I'll do my best to lay it out in a video for you. It might not be for a couple of days, but I wanted to make sure that you knew I had seen it. You may have been the one who introduced it first, Kelly, and not Hireling, but for now I'm directing most of the response toward him. Remember, Jonathan Clegg had 3 stuffed lions hanging in his shipping container on his back, and as it went, there were no longer 3 but 2 and then 1, and at the end, before there were none, the last one was flat on his, just on the side, and looking like dying or something. He had 3 stuffed lions. I think that it's what he had esteemed to be the enemies, and he just made them disappear one by one because he wanted to show that he would beat them one by one. Why?
Well, let me ask you this, Hireling. Have you ever thought that they just might be playing with you? I mean, if you come out and just say, look at what they're doing with the lions, and look at this, and why are they doing this with the lions? Don't you think they're going to pick up on that and just start playing into it, just to get their little giggles? Because I can see it happening. The problem is you can't see when you're getting played. Your cousin should have been a perfect example of that, because she said she played you, but you just were dumbfounded by it. And I'm pretty sure that's the same thing as what's going on with these lions and the bears and everything like that. You point them out, and you make sure to point them out consistently every time you put out a video. But he knows that. If he's watching as much as you say he's watching, he's looking at you going, why is he telling me all of this? I'll just move this bear over here today and we'll see what he says this time. And then when they get a good laugh out of that, maybe they'll add one, maybe they'll subtract one. It doesn't matter. All they're doing is playing you, but you can't see it.
Else, Jonathan Clegg would play with stuffed lion, and he would have 3, and then one disappear and another, and after that the last one would be on his side. You just go back to Zach Wynn's YouTube channel, you scroll through videos, you're going to see what I'm talking about. I showed it already a couple times, but you just go back to the old YouTube channel, Zach Wynn's, that Jonathan Clegg was using, and you're going to see what I talk about concerning the stuffed lion. Okay, so you've got a stuffed bear. Now it's been identified because when I talked about Berserk bear shirt coat, Jonathan Clegg.
And how did you get to the Berserk Bear Cult Club? You did that while you were trying to peg me as being some worshiper of some Scientology Bible. That's how you did it, by looking up a half of a symbol, saying that the Lord told you to look that up, and it come up to some Norse god bear wolf head worshiping tribe or something like that. But now you say that something new is going to intertwine with that, what you found last time. But what you found last time was basically erroneous because it didn't even fit into anything. It's just you trampling through the woods again.
He talked about that in 2 of his videos after hearing me. But he heard me. How come he heard me? Well, change of plan.
Huh?
So, the spirit of separation again working through those people. You may have been the one who introduced it first, Kelly. Okay, what? The thing about the green thing versus plant? I've been talking about this many years ago in my old videos because I've been doing this for 10 years, so I had something to say back then. And I was talking about the thing about the green thing versus plant way back. So, if you wanted to know, you may have
Well, wait, were you mad? Did I step on your toes or something by saying that she might have introduced it? I don't know. I thought she thought that she had introduced it first. I don't know, but what's the big deal? Why would you have to step in there and go, no, I did it first, 14 years ago?
been the one who introduced it first, Kelly, and not Hireling, but for now I'm directing most of the response toward him. I'm not going to try and pull you into this three-ring circus that's happening here. Three-ring circus. Oh, that's
Uh-oh.
kind of strange.
Uh-oh,
There
what do you
were
find?
three stuff lion. I'm going to show it to you
Oh,
because
no.
three-ring circus. I'm not going to pull you into this three-ring circus. Well, that's strange. Jonathan Clegg, he had three stuff lion. And I said that it's his enemy.
Oh, my goodness. I guess I don't get to use a vocabulary at all. I'm kind of used to being able to freely say when something is going to be a three-ring circus. Or maybe I should have used sideshow. But maybe you would have went to Sideshow Bob in The Simpsons and pulled up some premonition there and, pinned me to the floor with that. How could you do this? I say it's a three-ring circus that I don't want to drag Kelly into, and now all of a sudden, and do you see this, Kelly? Ah, there were three rings, and the three bears, and the three lions were behind them in the canister. It's all coming together now. But it's all just a big fabricated story in your head, Hireling. That's all it is.
What he identified as enemies. And then he was making them just disappear one after the other. And then after that, there was a talk about the kidnapping. And then after that, there was the disappearance of Jean. And then people think it's Jean, but just because of the voice. And they are not hearing the voice of truth, but they are rejoicing over hearing a voice. I love this voice. Well, is it the voice of truth? I don't care. I love this voice. Well, that's kind of stupid.
Well, before you start calling everybody stupid, why does it have to be the audible portion that they love? If somebody has a voice of reason, does that mean that they talk real bassy, or do they talk real trebly? Or is it one of your special AI voice functions that they have to render into? How many stories can you just come up with at any single given time, Hireling? How many?
Zach wins. What was going on over Zach wins, and what's the reason why he changed YouTube channel? He didn't just change the name there or the avatar. He changed YouTube channel.
I didn't know
So
that.
there was something going on with his stuff.
All right, folks. God bless you.
His stuff lions. Okay, you see in this video there were two stuff lions. Why two stuff lions? He got gift again.
Do you see how excited you're getting, Hireling? Why in the world do you think they keep moving those things around? It's because it gets you excited and they know they can get your goat by doing it, so they just start moving it here and saying, let's put it here and see what this crazy guy says. And then you start going crazy, going, look at that, look at this, I told you this, I told you that. But all they're doing is playing into your hand. That's it. You're the one giving them direction. They're just doing it. And then you're saying, aha, caught him.
People standing in stuff lion. I think that it was meaning something, the thing about stuff lion, how many stuff lion and why they would disappear and reappear and disappear. Let's check this out. There's three over this
The
one.
meaning of
You see there are three stuff lion on this video right here. Does it mean anything? Yes. Of course, everything. Do you think that he put those fire?
But to who? It doesn't mean anything to anybody who's actually watching it, because they're not the ones picking up on it. I don't really think it means anything to their Illuminati brethren, or else why not just send a text message? I mean, they're doing it because they know that it messes with you. Especially since you say that all they seem to do is have a crew that's especially set aside to watch you. You don't think that they're going to know that all they have to do is put a lion in a different position? Well, let's lay it on its side. Yeah, he'll think he's sleeping or dead or something. And that's what you do. And then here comes a new story.
For no reason, it all means something. He's got an egg sometimes hanging over there. Do you think it means something? I think it does.
To who?
Three stuffed lion. The other video I just showed you, there were two. And after that, there was one. You see?
Jose, that we will be.
Now, on this one, there's only one left. Over here.
Let me ask you, did he listen to you giving a countdown? Just like you did a second ago? There was 3, and then there was 2, ha ha ha, and then there was 1. Just like Countdown Chocula? Well, let me ask you, Hireling, how do you think he's going to react if you would have just listened to what you said? You basically gave a countdown. There were 3 there, then there were 2 there, then there was 1 there. So after every video of one day you going, there was 2 there when there used to be 3, he's going to say, well, let's go down to 1. Now there's 1 there. He's just poking you in the side, and you keep just coming back for more.
And then another video is just put on the side. It's like that. Or sleeping. Nobody's talking about that.
Because nobody cares.
The type of comment that we get, okay, from the people that are,
Hi,
not
John Wise.
understanding they are in the middle of a war and they don't understand what is the war about. When you look at over here, Jane, you helped us tremendously even though we never spoke. We never spoke. Well, I think you did speak.
Hey, no, we never spoke. She's referring to what I had said in a video prior to that where I said I didn't speak with anybody. I never spoke with anybody. There was a little bit of Gmail back and forth, but that was it. I never once telephoned anybody this whole time. Have I ever telephoned you, Hireling? No. Have I ever telephoned Kelly? No. The closest to anything of sending any type of voice messaging would be a private YouTube to Kelly, which had the mural at that school. But other than that, I don't believe I've ever spoken on the phone to anybody. So where you get off saying that what Karen just said right there was a lie, you have no ground to stand on.
Joko because I knew he followed you, and at the time he seemed to hold you in high regard. You hold in high regard an illusion. I'm not just listening to the voice and I'm thinking, okay, there's the voice of Jean. I'm looking about what is the voice speaking? She's saying, so damn good to hear your voice, sir. They're going after the sound of a voice and not about the sound of truth. Jane, you helped us tremendously. Even though we never spoke, I watched Joko because I knew he followed you, and at the time he seemed to hold you in high regard. For those 4 years that Jean Revel was there, how is it that in 4 years he could not make up his mind about me, but actually he did? Jean was sending me personal message. There were very few people to whom he was sending personal message. Do you think that he would send personal message to people that he esteemed lowly?
Yes, Hireling, I did send you a personal message because I was testing you. I sent you the message that my wife had been diagnosed with breast cancer and that she had to undergo a double mastectomy. And then we had follow-up surgeries and appointments, and I confided in you that I was getting drained. And I'll hand you that. You never did tell anybody. And I didn't want it to get out. It was a test for you. And if it would have got out, that would have been another animal altogether. But I wanted it to not get out because Kleck would have said that it was a curse from the Lord God on my wife for what I was doing to him and his channel. He would have played it up just as much as he played up Karen's cancer. And I knew that. And I didn't want to put my wife through that. But yes, I did put that one letter to you.
The scriptures talking about take hold to the strong man of the house to bind him and to spoil his good and spoil his house. Are you at all looking at the scriptures with what is actually?
Well, that's pretty much what you did, wasn't it? Bind the strong man of the house. I gave you all the free, anything you wanted. I said, use the comment section any way you want to. Use your videos any way you want to. Say any message that you want to. But what you did was start telling people what I was saying, which I never was saying. You were starting to tell people, oh, he invited me here with VIP status.